Morning, guys. One of the things that I've been kind of searching for since I started the whole project for the gymnasts that to increase their voices because of the abuse that they suffered at the hands of Larry Nassar. I finally got cut out of the Detroit News article. It won't let me read it anymore until I pay money. But one thing I did find, I found this website called U.S. Center for Safesport. And I think this is a legal change that came out of the Larry Nassar abuse situation and probably other abuse situations too. So this website says, first of all, it says fostering respect, ending abuse in sport. As reports of sexual abuse in amateur sport made headlines in the 2010s, it had become clear America deserved a safer sport culture. To achieve this, a new paradigm anchored by a new organization would be needed, authorized by Congress to help abuse prevention, education, and accountability take root in every sport, on every court, dedicated solely to ending sexual, physical, and emotional abuse on behalf of athletes everywhere. From this need, the U.S. Center for Safe Sport was created. And this is the part that I thought was really important. This is the Safe Sport Act. So this is the actual, I'll read it and then you'll know what it's all about. It created the organization. Okay. The Protecting Young Victims from Sexual Abuse and Safe Sport Authorization Act of 2017 codified the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, a 501c3 nonprofit, as the nation's safe sport organization. It gave us the scope and authority to resolve abuse and misconduct reports from more than 11 million individuals throughout the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic movement, from whom we are fully independent. The act also changed us with developing and enforcing policies, procedures, and training to prevent abuse and misconduct. The Center's Safe Sport Code governs all participants in the movement, and our oversight authority helps us ensure all Olympic and Paralympic national governing bodies adhere to minor athlete abuse prevention policies that support athlete safety. And then they have another little section, and they have a graphic right next to this that says 5 million delivered safe sport trainings. So that's probably like something like I would have to do at school to show that you understand the policies about a certain area of law in your job. It says 12 new educational courses and 4 times increase of investigations team, which is good because obviously that costs a lot of money, takes a lot of time to investigate these accusations of abuse. Okay, so this section is titled Expanding Quickly to Serve Growing Needs. As demand has escalated for our work, underscored by more than 7,000 abuse and misconduct reports for us to resolve since 2017, we've built many routes to end abuse in sport. We've delivered more than 5 million online trainings, created 12 new courses, and developed scores of abuse prevention resources. We've increased our investigation staff by over 400% in 2 years to better manage the caseload, and developed an audit and compliance program that has audited nearly every just a second, let's see what it's called, NGB and U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee. This year, we launched a 3-year strategic plan that holds us to a high standard of accountability as we ask of those we serve. And then the last part that I'll read is titled Empowering Olympic, Paralympic, and Amateur Athletes Act. In late 2020, a game-changing federal law was passed, the Empowering Olympic, Paralympic, and Amateur Athletes Act of 2020, that strengthens safeguards for athletes. The act strengthens the center's oversight functions and mandates a reliable annual funding stream from the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee to bolster our long-term sustainability. We are encouraged by the groundswell of attention toward athlete safety and the meaningful progress our allies are making with us to reduce abuse in sport. We will not rest until we can ensure that every athlete everywhere is safe, supported, and strengthened. So anyway, this appears to be an organization, U.S. Center for Safe Sport, that is kind of created as a response to what happened in the Larry Nassar abuse situation. And obviously you can see it's not just Larry Nassar. If they have 7,000, claims of abuse that they've had to investigate since 2017, that means that this sort of abuse is actually somewhat common, and that this federal law that was passed was really needed, and this organization that was created with an investigation function, it was also really needed, and also better reporting function. So I hope everybody takes 5 minutes to listen to this, but if not, no worries. Much love, and I hope that I'm doing a good job in the eyes of the athletes that need to use these protections. So have a great day. Bye.